Anonza is coming with, and later on we have our own segment where we discuss our own thing, which is Talk to Me in Dwana, right there around past 11. So that's what we do. Check us also on YouTube. We are there. We have an episode out where you can find out about a bit about who we are. I don't go alone. I have Leroy. I have Sabelo. I have Mimi. I have Popo. I have Fifi. I have Scummy. That's the team that is behind me. Today I'm just borrowing the screen. So. Thank you for joining us. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. So please, those who just followed us, keep coming. Do the what notification, subscribe, these hard whatnots, do the right things, and let's engage. We enjoy talking about things that make our lives better, things that affect us, things that, maybe you need a bit of help now and then. We can have that. If you also want to be your own anonza, come through on our section of Talk to Me in Twana, and we can assist you in any way that we are able to. So yeah, this is a what we always say, it's a safe space, but more than anything, you will find people who would care about you, people who will care about what you're going through and want the best for you generally. Just a group of strangers looking for the best things for you. We will laugh at you when we need to laugh at you, but we will equally advise you when we need to. And generally, as Martin just said, that is just where we stand. We don't promote promiscuity, we are there. And Lele knows that we will laugh. We will laugh at you, but we will also equally support you. And Lele, I had the good news from yesterday, baby girl. Still ready. Congratulations, mommy. Congratulations. Happy that all worked out great. And yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait to hear all of the good stuff that is coming. But we're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you. Danko, but Leroy is
Anonymous is here, she's ready to go. Let's speak to her quick fast.
Let's hear what Anonymous has.
As well. But to you, Anonymous, welcome to Ask a Man.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks to you.
I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. I'm glad that your line is nice and clear. Let's continue with our house rules before you let us know what is happening and the advice that you need.
Is it good?
So respect is the foundation of our conversation, right, Anonymous? Maintain respectful language, refrain from any swearing or use of profanities. Our responsibility is to protect your identity, and your responsibility, Anonymous, is to extend the same courtesy to protect the identity of the people or the person you will be speaking about this morning. Anonymous, if you're in agreement with these terms, please confirm by stating I agree. However, if you do not agree, we kindly ask that you let us know so that we can proceed to the next anonymous caller. Do you agree?
I agree.
All right, we're listening.
I've been dating this guy for almost 5 years now. Met him through a mutual friend. He has a child that is 13 years old. I've got a good relationship with the child, but the baby mama has been giving me such a hard time. So she's always swearing, she's always complaining. She doesn't recognize anything and everything that we do for the child, right? So we took the child back on Sunday, and the baby mama decided to complain about the clothes, that the child's clothes are messed up and they spoiled and everything. So obviously all the blame comes to me. I confronted my boyfriend about it yesterday. So we had an argument, and he said now I'm hacking his phone. So he literally broke both phones that he has, telling me that I'm the cause of everything. And he didn't even apologize. He didn't say anything, he didn't apologize. And I didn't even hack his phone. I never hack his phone. I've got all his passwords. I feel like I don't need any need of hacking anything. So I'm in a position where I just don't know what to do now. I don't know if I should leave the relationship because now he's stressing me. The baby mom is always cursing me. I don't know.
Anonymous, just to quickly clarify, you say that you guys aren't married. It's boyfriend and girlfriend situation here, right?
So it's boyfriend and girlfriend, but he paid lobola already.
Oh, he paid lobola. How long have you guys been together for?
We've been together for 5 years.
Okay, 5 years. I missed that. Okay. So that is all. You just don't know whether you should stay, put up with baby mama, put up with everything else that he's bringing to you, or leave.
Thank you, Klangi.
Yeah, I don't know.
The baby mama is not the problem.
Yeah.
Your man is the problem. We shouldn't even have spoken about the baby mama. Why doesn't your man, why are there no boundaries? Why is there never, don't talk to my partner that way? How does he allow someone else to, belittle you, look down on you, no matter what you do for a child that is not even yours? Why does he allow omunye umuntu ukuthi akudelele? The problem is not, actually repeat after me. The problem is not the baby mama.
The problem is not the baby mom.
The problem is my man.
The problem is my man.
Yeah.
But I'd love her for the opportunity to actually respond to you. Why hasn't he?
So I personally feel like, because with what I've experienced with the family and everyone is scared of that woman. Like, no one can confront her. I've had a conversation with his dad, and I told his dad what was happening. And his dad was like, if she swears, you swear her back. And that's not how I grew up.
Really? The father said that to you? And wait. So the father didn't even call his son and say, why are you not being firm?
So his son was there when we had that conversation. And I think they know how the baby mama is because she's very rude and she's that type of person. And
okay, Anonymous, hold on. I'm uncomfortable with that. Remember, people are what you allow them to be. You can't say Mutu is rude. The weirdest thing is, you might find a person, one person out of 20 will say this person is rude. And when you talk to another person, that person will be like, that person knows never, ever to step out of line with me because I don't allow that kind of behavior. So they've allowed her to behave that way. They've spoiled her to behave that way. Nobody's born a rude person.
yeah.
And I've heard of rude people, but those rude people would never even dream of being rude towards me. So hence I'm saying it's a situation that has been allowed. And right now, even before, now you even agreed that they must come and lobola you, where you should have said, guys, deal with that mess first. Because I'm not about to be put in a mess. And now your future father-in-law is saying that you need to swear at people. Like, is this the kind of person you are? Are you the type of woman that goes around swearing at people? Or are you the type of woman that goes around having normal discussions with people? So why did you allow them to come lobola you when the same people that are advising you to go and swear at people, but when they come with lobola, it's okay. But they want to put you in uncomfortable situations. So you've agreed to marry into this. When they sent that letter and said, we are coming to negotiate, sometimes we get happy for the wrong things, Anonymous. You were happy about the lobola, the letter, kitlonyala, you know? But utlonyala manyala.
Whoa, a naked.
I'ma hold it right there, Anonymous. And even the fact that you started by saying your boyfriend, but yet you are married, already there. So, Anonymous, I'm just going to go through with the headlines right now.
Okay.
I'm glad you're still there after that comment from Naked. Hang 10, we'll be back.
Udleni Naked namhlanje bafethu.
Independent and impartial.
I know. It's gonna be a fire one. It's gonna be a fire one. I recommend you get you some. Well, I don't know. For you all who don't drink tea in summer, get you whatever that you need to drink, Kazini, and be right, because it's going down today. Please tap, guys. 140 of you guys. We can easily get to 40 K likes here, like that. So while you're listening, those who came late, Nancy recap.
Continue with Anonymous, who's on the line. Of course, you got Naked DJ as well as Somizi right here. So Anonymous has been with her partner for the last 5 years, and their relationship is fairly okay. Now, her partner has a 13-year-old son who she has a good relationship with, but not with the mother of the child, who Anonymous says is always fighting with her and just bringing drama to her and the relationship. Now, Anonymous says her partner is now also seemingly coming under stress from all this and takes it out on her. Now, Anonymous says she's frustrated by this and is even considering leaving the relationship. He's paid lobola, and this is where she is. She doesn't know what to do, where to go, how to go. Anonymous, you are done exactly at this point with everything that you want to ask the Jensen studio. Do you want to respond to what Naked DJ said to you, or shall we continue?
I personally agree with what he had said because I didn't grow up like that. In my family, when there's a problem, you go to elders and they address it and they try to fix it. So now I'm in a position where it's not the same background, and I don't think I'm fine with how things are, because that's not how I grew up.
Okay, let's allow Somizi to chat to you a bit as well.
Anonymous, I kept quiet because I was like trying to think, how can I approach this question? And the question is, sometimes we do things from the goodness of our hearts, but just because we do them from the goodness of our hearts does not mean we're supposed to do those things or it's the right thing to do. And by that I mean sometimes it's important to know our places in people's spaces and places. And there's a part of you that I feel, Hore, you did things that are supposed to be done by people that are married, in terms of maybe the mother of the child feels like you want to replace her. And it could be coming from that angle as well. We should look at it as well. We should look at that part as well. Which you're still a girlfriend, and the way you speak.
He paid lobola.
Yeah, still a girlfriend. Is it fully paid?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but so there's a part, and I'm sure you did not. You started from when you guys were dating, or before the lobola was paid. You played the part, and it came from a good place. I'm not discounting that. However, I feel there's a part where you went overboard when you were not supposed to, or there was supposed to be conversations that should have been had or spoken about with regards to the child and how far you can go with the child. Are you a legal stepmom? Are you a guardian? Where does the mother fit in? Because at the end of the day, the child has a mother. The mother is alive. Yeah, bo? So that's where I come in and say, maybe there was supposed to be conversations between the mother of the biological mother, yourself, the father of the child, to see how we navigate around. Because I think the issue here is not you being with the father, is you playing the role of a mother from a good place. But at the end of the day, there is a mother that also wants to play her part. And maybe also the mother, how she approaches it as well, doesn't make it right. You know, we sit down, we are adults. Sissy, me and the father are no longer together. You and the father are together. You are going to be a part of my child's life. How do we navigate around this? Both parties needed to have that conversation. That's my take.
Anonymous, do you feel protected by your partner? Safe?
No, I don't.
And that on its own is a problem. Because there needs to be a point where the mother knows how far she can go when it comes to you. And the mother is not even supposed to be speaking to you first. The mother is supposed to be speaking with the father of the child, and they work around how you going to be or to play a part, and then you are called after they've spoken. But your boyfriend is also not protecting you.
So easy. The mother is known to be a rude person, not only to Anonymous. Udume ngokuba rude. She's known to be rude. Her future father-in-law said, "Nabaktuga, nawumtuge." Like, how do you deal with a person that cannot be spoken to because they are busy spewing venom? So my part was, Anonymous's man at some point should have stepped in to say, "Listen, mother of my child, we are co-parenting. You will always be the biological mother of this child. Nothing will ever change. I have a person in my life right now who I have a future with, who I'm going to marry. And I'm going to live under the same roof with this person. And when your child comes and visits, this person will be there." Phelela lapho.
You know, it's easy to say the person, I'm not defending the baby mama, I don't know her, neither do I know you. However, sometimes for the father to say, number one, the grandfather to say, "Maraktuga no umtuga," it says a lot about him as well. Yes. It says a lot about him as well. Abo Pumas Betani. You know? So now you should be worried, but one day it could be you. Because also, people, you know, Naked and Kuzo, sometimes we need to think 4 times before we agree to saying that person is rude or is a monster. Because sometimes people forget who created the monster. We don't know the side of the story. We don't know why she got to where she is, how she got to be the person that she is. Maybe she's defending a child, or maybe they're taking the child away. We don't know. So all we know is your side of the story, and that's why we're here, you know. However, we're not that blindsided to think, okay, it's your story and it's true and it's Bible. So all I'm saying is that the actions of the grandfather are questionable. The actions of your boyfriend are questionable. And you need to step back and say, do I want to be here? If things are, what are you fighting for if nobody is fighting with you for what you want to fight for?
Because baby mama's there for life.
And the father is not fighting. The father is not fighting for you, or the father is not defending you. So you are alone in this case. You're literally alone. What are you okay, if I had to ask you now, why are you still there and what are you fighting for?
I think more than anything, this relationship, besides the baby mama drama, there hasn't been any bad thing to say about it. And
salute.
There's a part that I missed. Sorry, who said you hacked his phones?
She did.
So
Who said
my
that?
boyfriend.
Her boyfriend.
Oh, her boyfriend.
My
Her
boyfriend.
husband, boyfriend, / nobolarist.
So your boyfriend said you hacked his phones.
Yeah.
So he accused you.
He accused me because I had a conversation because I got the message from the baby mama, right?
Okay.
So I don't know what the baby mama said to him. So I then asked him and I was like, "Do you respect me?" He agreed and he said, "Yes, I respect you." And I was like, "Would you allow someone to disrespect me?" And then he said, "No, I wouldn't." And then I was like, but then there's so many situations where you're not even protecting me in any way. And then he was like, yeah, you're hacking my phone, you're taking my phone. He broke the phone, and
You see,
I was shocked.
that's salt over a wound. Over and above what you're going through, you are being accused now of hacking the phone. You are on your own.
Sangaga.
Yeah, look, from my side, there's something very important you said. Now, Anonymous, you said you were brought up in a family where conversations were had when conflict arises. Then go back and ask yourself, Uguti, why are you signing up to be in a family where it's fights? Like Usomizi used that Zulu term. Yini puma silwe ngaphandle,
Pumas bedtime.
Pumas betan. So, Anonymous, you were brought up in a dignified household. Now you have agreed to marry into a Pumas Betane household. I think you need to check yourself. Why are you so desperate for marriage? That you are willing to compromise your dignity. You are willing, I'm sorry to say, but you are willing to lower your standards. I'm not a person that, likes to speak about status, but Anonymous, kunabantu abaziphethe kahle lana ngaphandle, ne? And if you say you come from a dignified family, why are you bringing a family that doesn't know how to handle stuff into to soil this legacy or whatever that your family has built? Nahamba nshata.
What's the family saying about this? Your family.
I'm honestly very scared of telling my dad about the situation.
Problem. That says a lot about how alone you are and how your family will never allow this to happen to you. End of story.
Anonymous, I'm going to have to stop this here. I need you to continue listening through the radio. Please, for the advice, even if you feel right now that I still want one more, let me know now, or can we wrap it here with Naked and Somizi?
No, we can wrap it.
Okay, continue listening through the radio. Thank you very much, Anonymous. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I just can't get enough of Woolies? You won't get enough of this. Join W Rewards and you could fly off to Mauritius or be 100,000 Rand richer.
Molweni dumelang absheni. Hello. Ninjani. Ukhandet.
Also get daily savings on your favorite Woolies. Join the in-store or download the Woolies app.
Hi guys. Okay.
The difference.
Yeah, no. Start off by welcoming you again to the show. All of you beautiful new people who are seeing us for the first time, who have just followed us, thank you so much. We are Makoya Rundown. We are here Monday to Friday, 20 past 10. We listen to Ask a Man. And a little bit later, we have our own very own segment, Talk to Me Ntwana, where we discuss anything and everything that is there to build the nation, because we want to live very wholesome lives. And we have a group of a number of people here. There's currently 170 of you guys, and we are here to support wherever we can. We're here to advise wherever we can. And as we start things off, here is the issue in studio. Natalie. That's all. For those who are, by the way, you are welcome to send an invitation to join the panel. We are here. Here, the rules are very simple. We don't talk over each other. We don't fight each other. We can disagree respectfully, and we don't need to attack anyone's character. Yeah? Safe space. And send in your invitations and you will nicely join the panel. Let's have a very good discussion. This one, is network an issue? Can you guys watch? Ofente, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but
okay,
you were cutting a little
bit,
but I can hear you now.
Are we good now? Okay, sorry if my network was teckering. So let's see. Yes, please kindly notify me from reason. Okay, but I see the takatakarin that you guys are talking about now. Can you still hear me though?
Yes, absolutely, I can.
Okay, let's let's try that again. I think someone else had requested and I don't see them here, but it's okay. Fenza, come in, sir. What's your opinion here?
Um, I actually feel sad, first and foremost, that most of the divorces that are happening in the Black community, it's things that can be resolved, but it looks like we are not really patient to resolve such things, you know. But you hear people that might be your last option to get advice from, and all of them, or the majority of them, they're actually suggesting a divorce. And in most cases, you take that route, you know. So if I were the lady, and I wish we were part of Metro FM Ask a Man, so that she can hear some positive vibes from people that are positive with marriage and feel like it can be resolved. However, we are not the same, and some people don't have that patience to actually do that, you know. So one of the things that the lady can do is to sit the man down, hopefully get him when he's in a good mood, and ask him that, you know what, I want to speak with you, number one, but if you can just do me a favor, do not snap. Hear me out, listen to me, let's talk like adults. And I'm not attacking you, and I'm not really telling you what to do. So let's talk. This is what I don't like because of 1, 2, 3. So going forward, how are we resolving it? Before you can answer me, these are your options. You're gonna resolve it, or we're gonna do this. Not just take a route of divorce, you know. As much as you want me as your husband to say, as my wife, this is what you're suffering from, you are giving me this kind of period of time to resolve it, then we can work on it, you know. At least give me 3 months max to say, listen, I'm not happy with your baby mama. You know how much I love your daughter or your son, but the disrespect that I'm receiving, this negative energy, negative attitude, from the baby mama, from your family, I don't really like it. It's not healthy for me. This marriage is becoming toxic. Do something with it. If I may suggest, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's their conversation. That's the first conversation that they have to have. The second option that she can have, maybe I'm old school, you go back to the people that were negotiating your lobola, you know, and to say, uncles, aunts, mom and dad, I've got a challenge in my marriage, you know, and that route, if she can take that route, and going back in the day, if people were taking that route, we were having a less amount of divorces. Though yes, some of us male, we were taking advantage of that, knowing very well that women are really forgiving, you know, and some of our action was BS, sort of, for my language, you know. And now it's hard for us to actually be matured in our actions because women now are elevating. They don't take any BS from us, you know. So that will be the first option, to have a sit down as the husband in a very different location, you know, from a psychological point of view. Because if you're at home, people are not really settled. Go out, you know what, do your bedroom duties very well. When he's smiling, you're like, baby, come here, let's talk, you know. He will listen. He's in a good mood to just did your rightful duties, you know. And he will listen. You give him a time frame. After giving him a time frame and it's not getting resolved, you involve the elders. If his side of the family doesn't want to hear your story and they don't really want to resolve this, definitely I will vow for a divorce. You know what I'm saying? But this thing of, if you are in a toxic marriage and the first thing you think of is divorce, how many people are you going to get married to? You know, people like Offense, people like you, we are very rare. You know, we are not toxic. That's my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Offense, and I appreciate the confidence. I appreciate the confidence. It's very important to acknowledge who you are and what you stand by. And if you're not a toxic person, you're not a toxic person, and you live by that. Much appreciated. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is Offense for you, Sispali. Come through, Mama. I think I am speaking to you for the first time in 2024.
This year. Happy
Hello,
New Year.
hi.
Hi, everyone.
Happy New Year indeed.
Happy
How
New
are you
Year,
doing?
guys. I'm good, good. How are you all?
Indeed.
I'm good. Hey, guys, I'm hearing what Offense
We
is
are here,
saying.
keeping it going.
Yeah, you like
Mm,
what Offense is saying, that we shouldn't always look at divorce as a
mm,
solution. But now this child is this relationship is 5 years old.
mm.
I'm assuming the child was there before they started dating. Ne? So if this
Hopefully.
thing, I don't think it's something that started now. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If maybe he paid Lobola Buma
Okay.
2 years, 3 years back, then she has maybe been trying to be a mother figure to this child. And for her to get to a point where she needs advice, it's something I think she's been dealing with for a long time. Ne? Now this guy,
Mm,
after 5 years of a relationship, the only way he's gonna resolve a conflict is to take a phone and break it.
mm,
And then the father will tell you, now we puma
mm.
ulwe. Guys, honestly, I believe there are things that we choose. Wawana herere,
Hey.
there are things that we have control over, and there are things that we do not have control over, and then we just pray for God to help and assist and whatnot. This is one of those situations.
Mm,
Unlike if you were in a relationship with your mother, a toxic relationship, that one you have to fix by born any means possible,
mm,
because there's your only mother in the world. But now, this
mm,
partner, are you really stuck to this person that it's not just about you and him? You are going to resolve issues with him. The baby mama is still there. The baby mama is not in a relationship with you. You are not going to convince her otherwise. She doesn't like you. She doesn't appreciate you being around the
mm,
child. And you will not separate this
mm.
child from their father. So you will always be
True.
part of the equation where your
Mm,
only defense will be to go out and fight something that's not in your nature. Honestly, we are
mm,
not encouraging broken families, but before she even starts, they are still in double stage. It can, hey, I don't know. I'm not encouraging anyone to break up, but really look at your life. Is this what you want to put up with? And this is one
mm,
situation where you do have control over. Are you really going to go ahead with this? Because when you want to build, guys, sometimes I think let's just choose our sanity. I don't see any peaceful resolution to this. This guy's family is not helping. It's not gonna convince the father. Otherwise, the father is just saying,
mm,
and then the baby daddy is just gonna break a phone. Like, what kind of anger level is that?
mm,
Guys, I saw a message on your phone and you break your phone. I can't believe we just moved past that. Who does that? Nashem, I would really advise her to look at this thing. Does she really want to be in this kind of a relationship?
mm, mm,
Nah,
mm.
it won't get
No,
better.
thank you so much, Ispali. Appreciate that perspective. Yeah, it's just good tricky, man. Good tricky, good tricky. From where I'm sitting, there is a lot of offense. You can come through, sir.
Thank you very much. But my network is buffering.
Yes, I
You can
see.
hear me just now. Yeah, we're having
Okay.
some winds in this mountain. Anyway, um, I hear Pali and I respect that, your your opinion, and sometimes we give advices based on what we hear, and in most cases, if we were to find out what happened, because there's two stories and the truth, and but at the very same time, I understand you when you say for her to reach Metro FM, it looks like she tried everything, but you might find out that she didn't really try some of the suggestions that I put through, or she might have. We really don't know. But as peace of mind is my middle name, I would partially agree with you to choose herself. But choosing herself is to step back, to say, I'm giving you this time. It's been 5 years I've been dealing with this, and 5 years is too much. I didn't get that 5 years. Thank you for bringing it up. 5 years is too much. Once you give me toxic vibe and my environment is not settling with you, I speak with you. I try to resolve it with you, and if it doesn't get resolved, I move on. But I treat marriage and boyfriend and girlfriend relationships in a different way. For instance, right now I'm single. If I get someone who I date and they become toxic and I cannot really resolve it, it's quick for me to move on. But with marriage, kids being involved and everything, you try all aspect to resolve it, not necessary to begazela to a point where you become crazy. No, we can never do that. But I respect your opinion and I partially agree with it. Mr. Leroy, please come in. Thank you very much.
Much appreciated, Offense. Yes, Lee?
Sure, fam. Guys, no, I like,
Quote.
yeah, I know, I can't get quite a brag. Thanks, man. So, Seven, like, like, before I start, ne, thank you very much to Tlohili Martin actually for actually like helping us reach as in, like these goals before we even started. Like,
Yes.
you guys are very treasures, man. Sharp. And number two, ne. Me I really naked, so me is low fence, le palace or no, I ne fade, grand sharp ne sharp ne. But then now, me I want to address the baby mama situation, and then with the husband and like sharp ne. Ne, like because remember when you have as in like sex, then you come. There's a decision there you make what I would like as in like ngizomkhulisa. Ne? Remember you made that decision when you came inside. Sharp, cool. Sharp. Then the baby mama side, ne? Stop being as in like bitter because now like they left you guys. No. But again, because now you like you might like you might find Hore, this baby mama actually planned like this whole thing to actually like break them apart actually. Now using the baby. Yeah? But anyway, sharp. Yeah, but cause like there's a story that I saw yesterday, Moyo net Mona, ne? Yeah, like this guy, like so now his mother stopped his father from seeing him. Then later on in life, this kid went to go look for like his father actually. He found out that this guy has been there, has been like making the effort for Emanacho, like let me see my child, let me see my child. So now because like this lady like she's been very bitter about it. So now she actually deprived him of a good life. sharp like with the father. So now that's what I'm saying to actually, as in like working the baby mama city beta. Yeah, Horicho. This is beyond you right now, bro. Because like there's another human being here. So like so we hey now like he's married guy has no more to give you more. So now they're like let's make sure hore like this kid's life in you know from like my side actually like your side. So the problem here, get this lady, the baby mama and like sharp. You find it.
Thank you so much, Lee.
No, wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
continue, sir.
sharp. Last thing, gents, let's do bet. Don't just go around and then like you just went and just like go ticking like what come je mo go and then you like I know mean I'm right. Footy, you chose this lady in your life, G. You chose Hona le okay, sharp. Le no yana mare like your baby mama ke palesa. So now handle that shit, bruh. Because remember, marriage le mojolo, that's a decision you make. So now, meaning that, it's like dilo tse tsotlhe tsena, you are willing to take them in. You're willing to deal with them. Manje no yana, you are letting your bully beat her baby mama, as in like bully your wife while you are here. Gape your dad, he's like, no, you know what, like what's again like mumure lwena. I'm like, dude, guys, like, what the fuck is that? Handle your shit, gents. Let's do better, guys, because because no one I can got a masepa, no one I get by no one most right thing. You see now.
Sweja.
Sorry.
Sweja. Sweja.
What is this?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Are you done? Okay. Much appreciate. Ntate Papinki, we still will come to you because I know yours is not much of a comment, but there's another side of the story I believe you'd like to share. If you can still hear me, because I see network ya teka teka. When you come back, we will give you the opportunity. Thank you, Lee, for Khalema Borre. It's very important. There's a lot of good points that have been stated so far. It's great. I like and I love them. We are going somewhere generally as a society, trying to do the right things in life. For me, with this, I've identified a number of things that could be done better on most of the parts or most of the people that are involved, and some of them have already been mentioned. The issue of family Mugai, where I don't know how they seem to be handling things. It's very questionable, number one, and sadly enough, that speaks to his failure, or husband ka Anonza, to even protect her, to even stand for her, because it seems like in his family they don't protect each other, they don't protect their own, which in this particular case, Makoti is their own. And yes, there is a baby mama, who is a mother of the grandchild, but equally so, preference in this particular case, should be supporting Makoti because you guys have chosen. This guy did not go marry himself off. You guys said yes, you went and did whatever lobola and processes that are done. So the family has a lot to play. There needs to be a protection, there needs to be all of that. And when we don't even see it from the grandfather or the father waka anonymous husband, where he's not protecting makoti wa hae, where would Anonza's husband would have learned to protect his own wife? So that's where I'm questioning. One, two, baby Kele, Anonza, there is a number of things that, yes, one would say it's compromise, but I believe her heart is in the right place, much so as she did with this child in terms of taking care of this child. She did what she was raised to do, to say we take care of Bana regardless of who the biological mother is. But I think how she also went around the situation, there's a level where you're nice and there's a level where you're being too nice, where now it has become to your own detriment. Then we have an issue when it comes to that, because there needs to be a line drawn to say that I have done. I think this is also what offense I was speaking to, that I have done what I needed to do. You are not coming to the party. Let's address the issue now of you not coming to the party, and we deal with this thing. Because then you then have a guy who comes into this guy. I don't know, for me there's a lot of lack in terms of him being, and I think Serge spoke to this one on the comments, even though he used the word that I'm not particularly fond of, but he said evidence of a weak man. Because if you can't then first of all protect your wife when it is one of the major duties that you have, to protect your person in every way, shape and form, then you have failed. Because let alone now physically protect, let alone financially protect, let alone many other aspects, where now you are failing to protect your person. And this also goes back to Holaiwa. I've said this many times, that in our culture we need to do better in terms of how we usually, when it comes to the women, they are set down nicely, kibo mama in the kamor there, and saying, listen, this is how Ndoda is patterned. This is what you must do. This is how you dress. This is how you feed him. This is how you do this. Seldom do you see it when now men, the groom is put down in a room and say, Baba, now that you are a man and you have chosen to take this path, this is what you shall do. This is what you shall do. This is what you shall do. This is how you protect your family. This is how you stand for your wife. This is how now you are a person of your own household, and there are certain rules and roles that you must play by. So that is lacking. And I will ask all of you here, if you're ever gonna go through the route of being married, go to the point of insisting that the men who play positive roles in their families, not the ones who are playing negative roles, men who are playing positive roles in their families, can advise you, can sit you down and tell you. People who have been in marriage for long, and not just for long, but in happy marriages, where you can identify that, okay, this guy's wife is quite happy, and all of that, and you take that. Some other advices, honestly, that are spoken and given during the marriage process, Some you just take them with a pinch of salt, do what you need to do with what you can. But other ones you need to play a good role. Where we just need to do this thing, guys. So I would advise men, please insist on that. If you are at that stage where you can sit, you are part of a delegation of a marriage, insist that we sit the guy down and talk to him and tell him this is how a woman must be treated. This is how a husband must behave. This is how you must do this, and the different roles that get played in. So that is very important. And over and above, we need to now do the premarital counseling, because some of these things get dealt in that particular discussion and that program. So we need to play these roles well. We need to speak about them. And in this particular case, it sounds like that was not done for Ukai. And it's very sad. And now baby girl has to and I don't know, most of y'all said, not most, some people said that o rapela lenyalo. I don't think o rapela lenyalo. She said herself that in this time that she's been with this person, she has nothing bad to write about this relationship besides the element of a baby mama. So it should have been, dealt with this thing. I could, here are the boundaries. Here we deal with this thing this way and whatnot. And Ugai then must have stood and said, Kuti, yay, this is how we address this situation when a baby mama. Me, I will be present in my child's life. I will do this, but I will not allow you to do this and this and this and this. And from the sound of it, it seems like this child, it was not mentioned, this is my assumption. It seems like this child spends more time with obviously the father and Anonza, and by virtue of that, there must be these protocols that are set. Already you are in a blended family, there are certain rules that you need to play with. So you can't then let baby mama control things when you are playing a very important role. You're not disowning your child. You are even, your wife now, your present wife is playing part in this child's life, which you don't get usually. That on its own, it's a blessing. Then you're gonna let baby mama. No, guys, no. Let's not. We can't. So this is where this guy failed to stand, put a foot down, and say, "Hey, this is what will happen. This is how things are," in a way to protect the wife. The wife has done so much in terms of sitting him down. Hey, dog, can we do this? Can you see this is this? This is. She has done. Listen. Fault, yes, we can find in terms of her receiving things and allowing and perpetuating certain things. But in terms of her playing her role in honoring the family, in respecting the family, in dealing with the family, even so much that she did not involve her own biological family. She was taught certain rules. She was taught different ways in how we handle these particular matters. But the family that she married into is failing her in that regard. But it's things that can be learned, that can be taught, and she needs to also stand up, unfortunately, and be the Makoto who's like, listen, cousin, I'm the child of this family, and I will contribute equally so as a child of this family. If anything, let mamela hamonat. If it needs to be Horlene in a boso, in a good way, of course, because she seems like she has good standing and morals and how she was brought up. She can bring the light into these families. Unfortunately, sometimes those are the roles we play. Let me not go on any more further. I will stop it there. Leroy?
Yeah, you make as like really good valid points there, my leader, and you're very smart, you fam. You're good, my G. So yeah, but again, so now from like what you just said, actually, there is still as in like faith nyana more as in like this marriage actually. So like what I think should happen, like both families should actually meet up with them. Them meaning her later husband to actually deal with this properly. You see, like you said, what you're born and barking, I'm okay, sharp, sharp. As in, like, we've been together for this long, fair, so now, this is the problem. Bagolo. So, I'm just ready, yang ga go ntse yana. Wa ntlhaloganya sentle fela pila, because now I kind of heard that she actually like hadn't like spoken with her family like about this. So that's another flop nyana. So that's why I get maybe there's still hope nyana ha, as in like her family, like his family, they sit down, they deal with this. Maybe her kids, but then I get a is like this lady, she's a bully. Maybe they can include her because like this is her child also. I don't know, but happy, I'm like, but hey, yeah.
Allow me, sir. So to your things, there are 2 points. To your, the latest one, baby mama does not need to be involved initially, particularly when the two families are addressing the matter. She's not part of that union, so she does not have to play a role. The discussion is about the Anonza and the husband, and how the husband is failing Anonza, and what role can Anonza do, and how now as a family they're agreeing this is how we are going to now deal with the situation. Then from then onwards, Anonza husband can sit with baby mama, perhaps even with Anonza, to say this is what's gonna happen. We are doing this, we are doing this, we are doing this. We want to be part of this child's life, and we are going to be part of this child's life. Therefore, this is this. If you agree, if you don't agree, then you can come in and we will see what we can do. If you have your own negotiation points, let's negotiate them. But none of them will be to the detriment of the child. Once we have that discussion, see, right, we okay. I'm gonna throw all the tantrums that she wants, but y'all are coming in a united front. She's able to bully them because they are not standing. They're not standing firm to say, we've heard too much of you. This is what's going to happen. You understand? So they need to play that role and deal with it. On top, the other problem in terms of the families coming together, that it might not happen. It's great, it should happen, but it might not happen because the family yaka Anonza, her biological family, they cannot overstep and say, hey, Rokopo Bita meeting because Wana Rona is seeing flames. We need to address this matter. They can't, because now it has become a family matter. Yeah, this marriage and this household. Yes. So it should be the father, the father waga announces to the father-in-law waga announcer to say that Yazin, let's call a meeting. Babu Khadi, come through. We need to discuss this issue. They come with an invitation. They can't call the meeting, but there are ways of maneuvering the situation. Mama can talk to each other. Mama Zala can sit together and be like, hey, mama, what's again? Mara angare hadin timo. We need to find a way of how we deal with this thing. Mothers can easily influence the situation. So the mothers-in-law need to play that role easily in terms of getting the meeting to start and whatnot. So there is that. You are noted in that offense. So there is that where I see a problem where, because the father said words, I don't know if he would even go to an extent of calling a meeting and invite Babu Khadi and say, hey, we need to sort out this situation. But the kids themselves can sit together and say, we would like to call families, come through, let's discuss this matter. But equally so, will they do it because husband is not playing his role? So that would be my thing. But definitely, Leroy, your point needs to be done. And that offense, I come through, sir.
Thank you, my good sir. Thank you. I think you guys covered everything. And I just have to mention, and Leroy touched it, that as men, we need to step up and grow up, and us, the upcoming generation that will be married soon, we should learn how to protect our wives and those that have kids already. This is a learning curve for us, that we need to deal with such in this kind of way, and I'm hoping that for the Anonza, it's just a passing obstacle. And in addition to the ladies, because this is so sad, that she's dealing with. For the ladies, I think also it's a learning curve for them if they're in this situation. The moment it starts, to try to deal with it immediately. They shouldn't let it prolong and to a point where they don't want to be in the marriage anymore, And I think we've suggested so many things that we can do to resolve such. And you always preach this, Mr. KG, that marriage counseling is very important. And most of us, we feel like counseling is a Western culture. We're not going to do counseling. Most men don't do counseling because it's not a norm for us to do counseling, to open up and everything. But for the ladies, it's an eye-opener situation that we need to definitely be cautious when we enter these marriages where there's baby mama, baby daddy on our side, to resolve this within the first 3 months when it comes to our attention. Yeah, that's my take. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And just to maybe add a comment on what you said about counseling. In the African context, counseling is not a Western thing. Counseling has been there. Just that it was not formalized and commercialized the way it is right now. Premarital counseling is exactly what was done or is supposed to be done when during after the lobola negotiations, where now you're set down and you are told this is how, or not say told, but you're advised this is how things should be done in a marriage. Now that you are married, this is how you should behave. This is what must happen. So the counseling has been there. We've been doing it as African people. So it's not something new altogether. It's just that it's packaged commercially nicely, in a way. But we've been doing that. It needs to be done. It's done in that area. And also when there's a need, you can call in the parents, or you can go see, usually ke bo rakgadi, where you can go see Rakhadi as a couple and say, yo, Rakhadi, we are seeing flames. This is the situation. Can you kindly advise us? And whatever the case may be, So that's how counseling was done. So just to put it there. And there's a comment that Baragimang, okay, let me pay attention. Papinki, Zwagal. Leroy, wa re ho etsahalang ka Papinki mo?
Jopa Pinky Naro as in like he's leaving now and then he'll tell a story next time. No man, like we almost done. So we can give him, like now go now. So so now I'm not
Papinki, kindly,
yeah.
let's if comment there, Papinki, can you afford us 10 minutes of your time? You can request, because I removed you now on the panel because your network was not showing that you are here. So unless Dele, you can't come and you will come in tomorrow, I'm not sure. But yeah, send a request, come through, or let me try and send him a request and then see. So if you have time, come through, sir. We just need 10 minutes of your time. But if you can't, definitely we can do it another. Papanki. Sorry. Thank you, Tandeka. Papanki. Hi, Papinki. Thank you for the correction. Apologies there, Papanki. While we are waiting for Papanki, Precious, you said something there about you can't believe that in marriage, family must be involved. Whereas when you're dating, you are fighting there by yourselves. And let me open the windows, guys. You are fighting there by yourself, and there was you solved it there. I like that point. And personally, for me, going to family should be the last resort or second last resort, whichever way, because it's important that as a couple in marriage you are able to sort your things. Are you not able to come papangi? You are able to sort your things out and only bring in family where now you have done all that you can to then say, okay, let's hear family what's happening. Then we address that. I will continue. Papanki, do you have 10 minutes?
Yes. Dumelang kaofela.
Dumelang ntate.
Dumela pale
Ke
kae?
tlo bua re teng ra ke tlo bua puo ya ka gore sekgowa nako nngwe e se nna thata.
Ga gona bothata.
Heish, ke
Story
tla
sa
leka
ka-
go translate. Tla ya ntate.
Yes. Here's my story. I'm currently living in Rustenburg. So
Okay.
I relocated to Kimberley 2016.
All right.
So I was single by then. So when I get there by 2016, 2017, I met a beautiful girl. So we share our dreams and everything. So we end up reratana, then come engage 2018, then 2019, then we get married.
Okay.
So one kwa bona mosadi o
Okay.
papa ga go tlhokofetse. So
Okay.
Kimberley is not for me because Rustenburg I was born in Rustenburg, so I know I'm a hustler and the opportunities. So she said, no, one, I cannot leave my mother living in RDP. So I told her, no, don't worry. After I cash up here, when I got a job in Rustenburg, then we'll try and make something.
Okay.
Of which I applied in Rustenburg, then I got a job. Then I took all that money. We built a house for a mother. I spent roughly 130,000 rand to build a house for Mama Gagwe and everything. And then tombstone for Papa Gagwe. So knowing very well or when we come this side, then we'll start life. Then it was fine. Then we relocated from Kimberley to Rustenburg.
Quick question
When we
before you continue, sir. Were you now at the stage married or not yet married?
I was married at the stage when I relocated here.
Okay.
I was
good.
married.
Continue.
We married in Kimberley. So
Okay.
when we get here, things get worse because Mama Gago ke moagetse ntlo. She want to stay with us, and we are staying in an RDP house, of which now for now I was not comfortable because I cannot do anything, and I was living with my two kids from the previous relationship. Life was good by then. Then it happens for Mama Gago ha tla ne, I noticed something it was disturbing because her mother hated my kids, of which we plentile on my wife. Then my wife hated my kids, and my kids are so sweet. It's not like Ababuelel. And I'm not saying what wrong at that point. So I end up referring you know what? I think you want to stay with your mother. So it's better to pack your stuff and take your mother and go home. That's when she
we are
realized
losing you
what
there,
the marriage
Papanki.
is falling apart. Then
So, Papanki, sorry, we missed you.
she asked her
You
mother,
told her
or
to
no, mama,
pack her bags. Please repeat from the point where you said pack her bags because we lost you there for a second.
take your stuff and go home. So because you are
Okay.
breaking my marriage. Then she went home, Kimberley.
Continue. Guys, is it just me or
Not
can
paid
you
by
hear
the
Papa?
insurance and stuff. Are you guys there?
Yes,
Hello? Are you guys there? High sharp. So
Okay.
by April this year, 2nd of April last year, I mean, Kinsitwega stretcher underground to mining, I was starting to get sick, back pain, of which since April the 2nd up until to date, now I well when I've never been to work. My sick leave, the fedile, then I was paid by the percentage. After the percentage, then the company applied for insurance because they are paying insurance for a situation like this. So I told her, you know what, Matsatsi a ka fedi, I stayed 4 months without getting paid. That's when I realized maybe Mosadi yaka ne, she was there. I don't know. She was there for money. So
Okay.
June, ha dikolo di tswalwa ne, she forced to go home. Of which I told her, you know what? Now I still have a chance to go to the bank to lend the money so that we can do something. What can you do? Because along the way, I'm not gonna get paid. So what are you going to do? She suggested a photo booth. She'll get the equipment and stuff. Of which I gave her 10,000 rand. Then the other money, I make a kiosk stalikisi wabona mokoning and
Okay.
selling. Yeah, you understand. But she
Yes.
took that money and went back home to visit home. And while I was sick, of which I needed her most by that time. And when she went home, that's where they will discuss how they're gonna come and take her. I understand. So
Sure.
when she comes here, when she came back, that's when things get worse. We even slept 3 months in the same bed with her panties without touching her because she told me not to touch her. And she's my wife. Yes, it's true. So she was always telling me, you know what, I'm going home. And we have a small child. She's 3 years. Then I asked her, you know what, I promised myself because all of my kids, they grew up. I was around the world, around South Africa working. So I want this child to grow up. For Tokuhaka, I want to see her growing. So December, Kadi 9, that's when Batabakwabone they came. They never called me since April and asked Mokwanyane, how are you feeling? They've never done that. And they've never called me and said, Mokwanyane, ruka ngwana re wa boa o tla gae. What is your side of your story? Can we come that side and you call your family and we sit down and discuss? They've never done that. The only time when I saw them, that's when they came here, Batomotsaka, the bag. And when they came here, they were acting surprised. They asked me, Elokore Papanki, Hamasadi Hapakile di Beget in Cinziano, Samela Rur. No, don't act surprised because you guys, you know. What's Amela Rur? Barno, Oscar, Ronara Tomotsarona, Ramfal lift. Imagine people coming from Kimberley, coming to Rustenburg, driving 700 Ks to come to Rustenburg, but they are lying to me, telling me that they are just giving her a lift. That's when they took my wife. Up until I said, okay, it's fine. You can take her because I don't have a job and I'm sick. I cannot be busy every day, bra. My bed.
Sure.
It's very sad, bra. You just have a trouble because I needed her most. I needed her most. She was supposed to be beside me, but they took her. I'm alone now. That's my story, bra. Bana ke na le bona.
Okay, lo munya.
Ba ile sekolo no. No, o monyane o motsero tsamaile le ene.
Okay.
Because I cannot carry nna le ene ngwana ole. I always go to the doctors and do
Sure.
and I'm trying to hustle at least for some things in the day.
Sure. Papanki, I'm just gonna make this comment. I don't know what you believe in and all of that. Marabana mo Sunrise Primary or Secondary School, opposite Sunrise Musekele.
Yes, yes.
Sharp around da.
Okay.
One
Sunrise,
Sunrise Park.
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Yes, Sekele thing.
Sekele right mo
Sekele.
pele ha Sunrise. Mo tseleng e fetang ke Shoprite go mo hona le Shoprite le Builders se samela.
Yes, ke a bona.
Yeah, so ke Shoprite Builders se o tlo feta mo Sekeleng where Sunrise ka mo lefting and then mo Sekeleng just after Sekela ka mo righteng ya hao. Hona le ntho ka mo ya mo.
Okay, brother.
That is just my comment for now. Let's allow people to come in. I don't know if you can still afford us some time. Anyone wants to say something at this point? And yes.
Joe, you know what, like me, I don't have much to say, bro, because you know what, like, but I would you know what, like, Joe, deeply, bro, like, but again, like, this goes back to what I said actually, as in like Frukunyan Hore. You see, when good people they have been taken like for a ride, this really actually breaks me because I'm like, you have somebody.
Guys, can I leave visitors ya maphodisa fa so ke tla le tlogela nyana bikinyana ne?
Okay, no, it's fine. Re tla tla re bua.
Yeah, like such things Joe, like literally break my heart like crazy, my G bruh. You have a good person, as in like mono yet these things happen and bruh, you know what, like ish. You know what, like this week has been very testing actually for me personally. In fact, oh sorry, but yeah, man. Hey, you know what? Yeah. Mrs. Pebbles, hey, sorry guys, but you know what?
I don't know. Wait, see, I don't know why people still do this. I don't understand Hore from stories about Papanki. Did the woman have a problem with the kid before the mother had an influence? God, I'm just lost. How much of an influence did the mother have? Was this woman ever in love with him? Or her actions, are they, hey, I don't know, are they influenced by what the mother is now saying? Hey, it's a lot. And hey, like we can't really be sure of what the problem is. Was she never there for love? Or did the mother say something? Did the mother now come and say, "Bona mkhwenyana sa khona ho retsa 1 2 3"? They didn't leave the mother in an RDP. I believe the relationship was good before with the mother. Did she always like? It's a lot, but I believe the main problem in this thing, and I could be wrong. Maybe blame I'm too wrong. It could be the mother. What exactly is she saying to her daughter? Why is she so involved? King that this woman. Hey, I'm just hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I understand you, Sis Pali. I think in that offense you had your hand up.
Tla kopana le lona ka moso guys ne. Re tla bua ka moso ne.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
Thank you.
a chance.
Guys, I wanted to say something before I drop down. Ne?
Yes.
Going back to almost issue ya anonymous. Ne? With ladies in here, I saw a lot of women saying, "I can't wait to get married," and that's beautiful. When you do get married and you find that there's an existing woman who has a child, ne? I think it's best. My advice. I'm not saying it's the truth. My advice. It's best to read the room first before you try and step in and act a certain way. Yes, you are coming from a good place. You want to show love and support to this child, but there is a mother, and you don't know how I will receive it. Ne? The child is 13. I've had some sort of a relationship with the father, whether it was just communication, just financial, or a romela shelter maintenance, and then life carries on. There was always some sort of connection or communication or relationship between me and the baby's father. So now here comes, okay, I'll try and make it a bit personal. In my case, with my child, the father, I could tell every time he's with a different woman and the type of mindset the woman had. Because this one would come and say, I believe you need to be a bit more involved in your child's life. And you will see he will pick up. Like most of the time, I'm not saying all the time, but most of the time, men are hands-on, are not as hands-on with kids where they are no longer in a relationship with the mother. So he will be there maybe financially, maybe once in a while, a report and one, but he will not be that kind of a every school holiday father, every long weekend sports day goes schooling. He will not do that. So you will see by the type of woman he's dating at the time that this is a woman who's actually got good intentions. But at the time, you also don't know what's going on in my life. You might find that I don't need all this attention coming from you and your new partner now. And then it's disrupting things in my life. And on the other hand, there could be a bit of jealousy. Remember now, this new woman is coming in as a new cool mom trying to impress. The child, obviously, kids are very impressionable. The child will be drawn a bit more, talk with auntie mama, on to get ice creamy and auntie mama. The child will not go around gloating about mama who's buying me bread. So for some women, there will be that element of jealousy. And then in my case, there was that element of, I really don't need all this attention coming from you guys. Can you try and live your lives? I've got my own life going on here. I've got my husband. I don't need all this you trying to be involved, you calling now and then. It's a disruption to my life. So it comes across as baby mama ubita. Can honestly just learn to read the room. We had a working system. This guy was just maintaining monthly, and then now when there's a need, I would tell him this and this is happening in school, and this is happening with the child. Lena, when there's something going on, we have a family gathering, can you please drop off the child? It was like that. Now you are here trying to come to sports day and trying to come for every birthday. Like, no. So yes, it's beautiful that they want to be involved, but don't come and disturb my life as well. I really don't need that. So for women who are saying, I am so excited, if your partner has a child, before you try and do the right thing, coming from a good place, read the room first. Then you will avoid all these things. Because I believe, or maybe yes, baby mama is a bit jealous, but she is there. It sounds like she's there, she's involved, and she's questioning every decision they're making. So it means she's there. So maybe the new wife needs to step aside a bit. Give them their space, their parents. Do you understand? Come on, just leave things the way they are. Don't try and fiddle with the system that's working.
Wow.
And that's all from me, guys. Thank you.
Wow. All right. No, I took it tswekere e sharp, e right, just the way it is. Yeah. Offense, I think you had your hand raised, sir.
Yes, thank you. And after this, I think I'll be stepping down. I've got a very important meeting to attend to at 12 o'clock.
All the best to you.
Yeah,
Yes,
man. It is
Continue.
sad to hear what Papanki or what Papiki, what is going through. And it actually brought some. Oh, Papanki, yes, thank you. It brought some memories. I don't know if you can remember my story when I first joined your life, you know. And at some point, I didn't believe in relationships. I didn't believe in marriage, you know. But I had to heal also with your help. I have to mention that, going for counseling after you advised me. And it really helped me. Really helped me. I'm a new person now. I believe in love. I'm back in the game. But it will be sad to actually date the same lady that I've dated, that hurt me, that betrayed me, who didn't know anything about integrity, but with a different face. So, yeah, it's so sad. But maybe if Agajika got that circle, utla kra chuso, you know, and then dilo side ditlamolokela. But
yeah,
it's a little bit difficult as men to read the room than women, but also they actually experience the same thing. And sometimes you see the vibe when it's too late, you know. By that time, he already built a house for the mother-in-law, of which it's a good thing. It's a cultural thing. When they say "Monna hafetse go nyala," you know, I wouldn't also mind to lift to correct to lift up my wife's background, you know. It wouldn't be nice when we visit re etela mokhukhu, and where I'm coming from, my home and my house, it's double stories, big houses, you know. But at the end of the day, then this person just leaves you like this. And also it's a matter of a learning curve for us also, and for the ladies in the future, not to involve the very same people that we say when we have problems we go to for help. They are the very same people that breaks our marriage, which is very, very interesting. And not to let our parents to be too much involved in our lives, and especially to move in, you know, 3 months max when you just give birth. If you need assistance, you know, that's it from your mother's side, you know. Men will deal with that 3 months because in Tswana ba re o tshwara setsetse, and that's it, you know. But at the very same time, I've learned of, I don't really believe in witchcraft and everything, but it is real, it's happening. Some women, they mostly do this to the male person, where like now I'm supporting all my sisters, my mom, my dad, with everything, you know. So it might be challenging the time I want to get married, because that cash injection will be a little bit limited. And what they might do, or she might do, it's to bewitch me so that I don't continue with my life, and I remain at home, and I remain actually supporting them like 100%. So that's why I opt out on actually starting a business for them, which is doing quite well. That's their cash injection. I don't actually touch my other business and my salary, which is good. The time I get married, they are well off, you know. So it is quite sad, and you don't know how to go back and resolve it. It's just to send our empathy to him and cry with him, support him with whatever that we can do with him. Go for counseling. I hope whatever that he's suffering from is not a permanent thing, you know, it's not a chronic thing, and he might actually get help. But it's sad. It's sad. You see, last point, you see the ladies on the comments here. Some are actually they want to get married and everything. You might be attracted to them, and 3 years down the line, I might coming back to your life to say, listen, remember Precious, she did this. You know. So yeah, it's sad. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. I'll just be listening for the next 5 minutes, then I'll drop. I'll join you tomorrow if got some time. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Offensa. Always appreciate it. We appreciate your contributions. Yeah, guys. Rough. By the way, all of those who were wondering, ko sekeleng, hona le kereke ko sekeleng. I'm Christian myself, so I know of a particular church that I believe will definitely assist him in what he's going through. So yeah, so that's why I said he must go there. And with yeah, you know, I'll speak small about this thing. One, when we get married, and I will quote the Bible in this particular instance because that's where the reference text is for me. A man leaves his father and his mother, and he goes and clings with his wife. Equally so, the wife leaves his mother and father and becomes part of another family. And if we don't sever the ties, some will say break the umbilical cord when they are being poetic. we will experience situations where you always want to run home. That is why with African wisdom, we say, Hale Tomo Nyala, his family becomes your family becomes his family. So you no longer go cry at your family, you cry at his family. He no longer cries at his family, he cries at your family. Because that brings, it removes bias, and there's some form of assistance that we put there. So we need to make sure that we disconnect ourselves, and I don't mean by relation, but we need to disconnect ourselves mentally. We need to disconnect ourselves so much, I would even go as saying spiritually, because spiritually you were given to these parents to raise you. Now that you are married and you are one with your wife and your husband, you have created a different covenant that the old one no longer stands for you. So you need to then be here, live to cling, as they call it in the Christian streets. So you need to be here and build your own family here, where you will have your own ground rules. You'll have, you create different things for you if you want to create them and keep what's been working. So this is where we fail. And I say this particularly to my wife, that I need to remind her that you are married to me. We are here, building here together. We will help at home whenever we need to help at home. We will support at home whenever you need to support at home. But we are here, me and you, together. We need to sort this thing out. Because when women generally are carers and nurturers and whatnot, they will still want to be connected to home and things like that. But we are here together. We need to build here. And Nabo, they gave us permission by allowing us to marry. Nabo, we didn't marry ourselves, yes? They gave us permission to go build your own lives. I can't build at home. So yes, Mahadi Hafeli, as we say it, but that's where we are assisting, we're helping where it needs to be. You understand? But it is at our own decision, at our own prerogative, where we choose to decide to assist, not because we are requested of or we are mandated to. So we need to draw some of these lines. And unfortunately, even when you are trying to be good and whatnot, if you don't set the boundaries, you will be good, but it will not be taken as what you think you're communicating. Him deciding to say, okay, I understand it's you and your mom left. We are leaving your mom, and whatever the case may be, you feel good, this is the case, but I will build for her. And you have other relatives who can go stay with her if it's needed, to support and whatever. But we've done this so that Lena Skare but in actual fact, she's supposed to be like, no, Tama, go build your own house. I raised you as your mother, so that you can be able to get married if you want to get married and go live your own life. So leave me in my RDP, I'm fine. That's what it's supposed to be. Help when you're able to help, or help when it's dire. So, but he went and did this thing, and then fine agreed at Amaya Aya. The mistake of allowing the mother to come back, for me, is one fault that he did. So it's tricky. Offense at the other point, why would you build your mother-in-law a house while you stay in an RDP? You want to also because I think for me, his thinking was Erike Kiki Tumedise Mamazala, and then my wife also anele peace of mind that Mamazala Oshapo, Hatlohela go RDP and whatnot. Then let's go start. Guy had confidence that in Rustenburg, he's able to hustle and make things work. And he did exactly that. So he knew hore, if I just do this, we can build our own thing and see right. But wife still had home, still had her mother's ear to say, do this, don't do this, these kids are a problem, whatever the case may be. You know, and people tend to do that because they're thinking, oh, now that you're gonna have a child with your this guy, your children will not be taken care of well, whatever the case, blah blah blah. Because we also don't know her history and where she's coming from. Mother could have been speaking from her own experience of where in her home different, and she grew up a little bit in that funny situation. So you see, so that is my thing. So I think for me, yes, he might have done too big of the matter, but he was looking at the future to say, once we can go and do our own thing, because I'm able to do what needs to be done. So for me, he tried, he did what he can do, and from where I'm standing, hona le letsohonyana le le etsahetseng laboraro, you know, le leng teng mo, that has happened in the situation, and it's pretty sad, very 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 sad that this is the case. But I think it still can be a solved situation for him, where he can regain his health, he can regain what he has lost, and he can take care of his kids and whatnot. And because from what we are seeing, it seems like bashibile nyoko fela. So once apopila ala right, he can be able to take ngwana munyane and raise the child and provide for this child, all right, and whatever the case may be. Or he will maybe make peace with what the situation is and support the child at a distance. It's up to him how he does and see it going well for him. But we have a situation where he's still married. This is not a divorce. It has not been finalized. Aka papa happy baby girl can come and claim. If he passes away now with whatever pensions, if they are there, baby girl will claim. So he need to also decide, get guidance as to how he's gonna move forward in this thing. And TK, those are your words, but yeah, there's something there. You know, so let's hope that I don't know. I will personally try and contact Papanki, and I don't know, maybe we might have him come back, or maybe we can send him this. So maybe let's give him advice. Then we'll send him the recording so that he can refer back to it. Ntombi, come through, Mama.
Oh, Tumelang.
How are you?
Well, and yourself?
Very well.
Askis wale noizanyana hanyani ne ke mo officing today.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just excuse the noise.
No, there's no noise. We just hear your voice too little. If you can just slightly increase it, then yeah, little wash up.
Okay, langkutla jano.
Yeah. Yes, continue, please.
Now, ke requested based on what you mentioned, ne, hore, you quoted a verse in the Bible, hore, okay, monna le mosadi, they will leave the house and go build their own baby one. Ne? I like the Zulu tradition. They still practice that. Ha mosadi anyalwa, ba montshali kissed, and then they tell her, hore, hambu yo fele mendweni. You know, if you're not allowed to go back home, you are still allowed, but because you agreed you want to get married, and you know when you get married, there's things that you're going to leave behind. I understand. That's how we do it. Now, for me to interfere as a mother, why would I want to do that? I think the mistakes kileng da etswa ke ntate wa bana baka through my child. Wa ntlhaloganya, there's things that the ex-husband or baby daddy or mang left me ke le broken, ne? So now ke batla go investa mo baneng baka. So whatever that happens, tlamehile ke gain from that. I need to be something out of it. And not realizing gore ke senya the future ya bana baka, because now I am always gonna be there, because now ke ba feel the thing gore lani ya khona ngikhona as mama wenu, and I'll always want to use that emotional blackmail le that black texting ngani khulisa ini hey somele ngiphakame ngani nan. So that's why we find gonale sorry, a lot of broken marriages tse di khositsweng from ko gae. We cannot learn go tswa mo ditabeng tsa bana and let kids be, because na ha ka nyalwa ngwana ka o nyetswe, now ke batla go fill that void. We do not get that as batswadi. Now ke bona mokgwenyana as my ticket out of poverty. Wa ntlhaloganya. So ga mokgwenyana a tlile, mokgwenyana is well off, ke a bona gore mokgwenyana is a hard working man, mokgwenyana o rata ngwanaka. Now I'm using that to my advantage. And ngwana waka wa ngwanyana, because of now she's that respectful child gore no umamami, you know, o gotse ka the thing ya gore umama mvele usikhulise ayiwane sihlupheka, so kumele simenzele something. Now I want to do that through monaka, ke ska ba enjoy the fruits tsa lenyalo laka, ke batla go please mamaka. Because of Yena, she failed to do certain things. And we might want to paint it as no, but it is wrong. It is totally wrong. We're not saying latla mewa how because only on whatnot. No, if there's things to be done, talk to your husband, baby. Mama saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We understand. And in most cases like this, if it happens, we're gonna have a problem as women. Hey, why mama why eng? We because now we want all those things already. And by doing that, we're not seeing ra destroyer in the process. And on top of that, monna o utlile le bana. Now my mom has planted that thing ya gore ibile bana ba ke bona ba ba yetsang gore o ska thola di 1 2 3 di 1 2. Now ngwana sa bana le hatred towards the kids, but nako e ba kopana batho ba ba jola, they agreed. Moshimane o mo jweditse gore I've got kids, ngwana are it's okay, I'll accept them as my own. But now, so only comfortable. How's batla banaba? So bonsa the true colors. Like as women, really hypocrites, and we need to be honest about this whole thing. Number one, so we need to know where we stand when it comes to the truth. We need to be neutral in both situations. Now I'm a mother of a boy child and a girl child. I would never want to interfere. Yes, I was married, but I cannot punish my kids because of that. It's not their fault. That was my decision. That was their father's decision. So I cannot let them suffer because of what happened to us. Bana abaphile, if if there's a divorce, let it be on their own accord. Let me not be involved in that. I was whatever and whatnot. What more do I want? And it's not Mukhayana's responsibility to ntlo. Why not didn't I do that? Because I'm the mother to these kids. Why ke sa ba agela ntlo at that? Okay, ne ke sa afford, ne ke sa kgone go yetsa eng. Still, it's not Mukhayana's responsibility to do it. They've got their own things. Le ona le family ya ko gabo. So we must be very neutral, re be honest, re be na le backbone when it comes to such things. Re ska batla go polisha dintho gore no, and hey, no, because of mama ke umkhulisile bahlala ba one. As I'm speaking now, I'm a single parent. My kids are gonna get married, but don't see one. It's not, I'm not their responsibility or I said about Jola or one. I have lived my life. It's their life. They need to go out and explore and make their own mistakes. yaanong ke batla gore bang carry ke be school bag sa bone mo ba tsamayang teng. I need to be there, but nna ke phetse bophelo ba ka. Now I'm making it hard for them gore ba phele ba bone bana ba gola e le bana ba jwang. It doesn't work like that. We need to, like, and this thing e etsagala mostly mo rona bomme. We need to stop it, like, honestly we need to stop it. And gangata we would want to say, but yeah, ngimkhulisile imali zami, imali zakho, it was your duty umlethe emhlabeni. It's your duty ukuthi umkhulise. It's your duty ukuthi umenzele lezo zinto lezo. Bofuna ukuthi ayenzele ubani umlande la abekangazi nokuthi uzofika khona. Wena wamlanda wayomkhipha lapho. So it's your duty to do that. Let's stop this black taxing thing and whatnot. We're destroying our kids. Raba destroy. Let's stop interfering. Aski Saboti KJ.
They have heard you, Sis Ntombi. Let those who have ears hear.
KG.
Yeah?
So now you see why, as in, like, me, I wanted her here, actually. You see why? You see, dog. Father. Boy, you know what? You deserve the nicest things in the world, Ntombi. Boy, trust me.
Thank God. No, Sis Ntombi, get used to it. Leroy will give you the flowers you deserve, and he will do it every day if he can. So we really, really appreciate that. I think you have even went ahead on the points I wanted to add later on. What you spoke about, the backbone, that it's very important that both husband and wife, when you create your own household, you need to stand.
Yes.
You need to stand, and this is what I say. I openly say it to my own parents, that you guys allowed me to marry. By allowing me to marry, you said I'm man enough. I can make decisions, sound ones for that matter. So you will allow me to make decisions, and you will take whatever decisions I would have made. If I say no, I'm saying no. You have said that, because if you are then fighting me, if you're then fighting me or whatever case, you're saying to me that you as my parent are not confident in how you raised me to be the man that I am, to make decisions on my own, and to know what is good for me. So that's where you need to stand as a woman, as a man, to say that mom and dad, you have said I'm a woman, I'm man enough. I will make my decisions. You will not influence into this situation. Or you can speak, you can advise. I will take them into consideration, into advisement, and that's as far as I can promise you. Whether I will do it or not, that is now my own decision. So they need to know now, Bokuti, they are making sure that, this person is what they is. I've noted you, Sis Ntombi. So that is that. And just the last one, on the issue of helping at home. For example, maybe I will give, this is how I do it in my household. Me and my wife, we say, okay, there might be needs that needs to happen in our different homes. So once we have addressed the need on your side of the family, we need to do an equal job. It does not have to be immediate, but we need to do an equal job on the other side so that there's balance. No one must say, hey, and so far this has worked wonderfully. So yes, Sis Ntombi, come through.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, Abudi KJ. Just
no problem.
One thing again that I just remembered now. Ne?
Come with it.
After the whole thing, ne? Rona batho ba bontate, ne? Let us also stop wanting to be relevant. Re batla a ke tsebe go ncenga or what, I don't know how I can put it. Ne? Yes, you do things out of the goodness of your heart. Gore o itse keng, ke rata Ntombi. So Ntombi's mom is my mother. So ke batla go etsa
we are losing you there, Sis Ntombi. So sorry. Come back to the mic. I don't know if it's only me.
Right here. I think the network.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's network. But yes, continue. Rona bontate, we like to please bo
Rona le
halang.
this thing, yeah, gore, okay. abuti KG o nyalana le ntombi and o rata ntombi and ya ke batla go etsetsa ntombi ke batla ntombi a be happy so ke batla le mme wa ntombi a be happy ke batla go etsa dintho and then you go all out ne you go all out o etse dintho tse o soka wa di etsetsa le mme wa hao just o batla go pleasa mamazala o batla go ncenga di-in-laws you know now ntombi sa tlwaetse that treatment ne ntombi o tlwaetse vele gore ha ke re mama ana 500 ka tse gore KG o tlo jumpa a fe mama now in the long run KG ha sa gona wa bona gore no man ene ntombi le mama ha se ba tlwaetse vele gore yo ha re ka re KG wa jumpa so KG ha sa gona then go tlhagela eng di complaints jwanong I'm doing this ha ba bone ha ba appreciate ha ba yetse eng but you started all these things you started why o sa tsale dintho the way o leng ka teng if go gae o tseba gore a soka wa fa mama ga go 50 rand not unless wena wa batla ka yone nako eo continue doing that loko mme wa ntombi what should be different e keep the fela jwalo and ntombi must know gore ko KG a go dlalelo not unless you have that relationship ya gore okay bona baby re na le 1000 rand 500 ke ya rona 250 ke ya mme motswadi 250 ke ya mme mamazala let it be like that e sebetse jwalo o tlogela gore no hey ke getse mamazala hey mention nna ke dula ko RTP what the hell excuse my language like why qala ka wena pele build your family gore mamazala o dula ko tining it's fine a ke re mothotse vele a le mo a se bothata ba gago gore ya wena o dula ko tining and o shetse ngwana hae a ntse dula ko tining so wena wa itlamele jwanong o montshe mo a ba thobeka a ke re bana le plan they need to see to it gore ba tswa mo it's not your responsibility because ke yona gape ntho e tlo lwantshang di-family and then go tlhagele dipuo tsa gore o dlisiwe loya a ka dliswanga bekafuna ukuzenza muhle so manje sekajwayele manje akusaphumeki wantlhaloganya that's where these things comes from so let's guys let's be real
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ntombi. Waitampella again and again. Number one, we really need to think. You know, I always say to people that if you're gonna do something for someone, and you are saying you are helping someone, you're doing it to assist, please communicate it. Because if you don't communicate it, you're creating expectations. When later on they come and say, no, but I never asked you. You understand? You just do, nje. So be clear that in the goodness of your heart, you would want to do something for someone, you know, your sibling, and you try and do something for them so that ba sharp, you know, because you are seeing what you are able to do and whatever the case may be. But if you don't communicate what you are doing, then they will just receive it as however they see fit. Then when now you have an expectation to say, okay, I've done this thing, I'm expecting this person to maintain and do whatever the case may be, but you never communicated that expectation. Then you get shocked when now they either squander whatever that you've done for them, or they are not as appreciative as you would have expected. But because you did not communicate what your expectations are, why you are doing this thing, so that the person also now have a buy-in. Oh, I'm seeing what this person is doing. They're not just giving me money because they have lots of it. No, they're giving it to me because they are seeing I have a need and they're helping me in this. So I need to be more appreciative of this situation. I need to help, and I need to, you know, we need to do. Thank you so much for the gifts. We need to make sure that we communicate these things, even with your own children. When you just don't say, I'm doing it for your good or for your benefit, communicate what good is that you're doing it for. But in any case, we have touched. Let me allow other people to come through on this. We have literally just 10 minutes, and I need to drop off by 25 past. Yes, Sis Ntombi?
Oh no, bengicela uwehla but KG.
Have yourself a good day, Mama. We appreciate your comments. Thank you so much. Ntato Fense? Ntato Fense, do you have a comment there, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Yeah, no, what Ndombi said, it's 100% true, eh? Just in 30 seconds, I can say I experienced that. The worst part, I was a boyfriend. And even today, I'm regretting it. Trying to please Umama's Ala, trying to please my lady. And at some point, I was giving them more than my family. And when I was unemployed, when she left me, the people that picked up the pieces was my family, which was sad, you know. But at least that time I was on my late 20s. I learned my lesson, and now I know what's better. And thanks for Sister Ntombi to share what she shared, and also I wish her all the best. Being a single mother, it's not for the faint-hearted. It's not easy. So big up for her, and thank you again for letting me come in. And I have to say this before I go, Mister. To
Yes, sir.
say, you see what Ntombi has experienced in the marriage, or ladies like Ntombi. She sounds so matured. You will want to marry her tomorrow. I'm not saying I want to see Ntombi. I'm just making a point there.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you approach such ladies, they've built so much wall, your Nigerian wall, you know, and because they were actually traumatized by the previous marriage, and it's said that people like her, they are rare. Number one, number two, they are most rare at the young age, between your 25 and your 35. You know, so it said that diphiri gona yaanong, not all of them, but it's said to a point where, and I love this advice that my mother gave me, but she was a little bit worried that, hey man, you are 31, you have never actually invited your uncles to go and maybe kokota somewhere. I'm like, no, I'm just I'm looking for the right one. To a point where she said to me, my son, I'm going to tell you this. With the world that is changing, how your age group is behaving, I wouldn't mind if you were to come with a lady who has a child and you want to marry them. And I said, Mom, you said it, you just said a mouthful, because we were raised by a stepfather, and not even once we felt like he was not our father, you know? So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Cheers. I'm going to step down.
Much appreciated, Offense. There's a GoFundMe account that has been opened to find you a wife. So I hope, Precious, you follow through in in that. So and also to Offense, I hope that in you realizing what you realized about what you did and what you're regretting in terms of your past relationship, that you apologize to your family, you know, to be like, yo guys, I thought, I was doing great things and whatnot, and whatever the case may be, but I actually, owe you guys for coming through for me when I was falling apart, so it's that form of gratitude will definitely go a long way. So yeah, we really, really appreciate that. So yes, the hashtag is out. It's happened. Oh, girl with the gap. Wa khalema mo a re le tloeleng offense. So okay.
Ngaphandle la kuningi kakhulu Brian yo uthi ivile pressure zibalwela offense klar nje we madoda hayi ke
Yeah, ne.
so fam
So yeah. Lwena uko tlase le roya. Maybe now it's my phone. I don't know.
sorry hello.
Yes, there we go. Come through by.
So boy cover ne. I really just had an idea now actually like maybe sometime here more barraking as like this year na like we should have a gents night actually, you know, where we allow the gents to actually, you know, like speak out, and then like we are there for, as in like Rona, you know, as in like something like that. Because now, like, look at Papanki, as in like, you know, him whole, but then he's going through a lot, and then like he really can't speak out too, as in like Manglemang, you know, as in like Bolero bo fence, you know. So we really kind of need, as in like that space where Kid Biri, the Dijo, the jukebox, like Rabua ra tlotla ra lla, you know, maybe one day, you know,
Yeah,
like this maybe one day, but you know, and then, like the Lord will make a way. That's how
let's
you know,
do that.
yeah, man. But
Let's
anyway,
do that.
let's love each
I'm
other.
I'm
Let's be there for
I'm
each
pretty
other.
sure that even the women in this community will even sponsor, you know, to say
That's the
yes.
plan.
Can the
Exactly.
men go and deal with the situation and come better people, you
Exactly.
know? Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, no, I think taba ya Papanki, yeah, it was sad. We will try and work with him where we can. How guys in can't hello no sponsorship le ring can't. Y'all saying that hey, we must do this, we must men must. Now we are asking for you guys to sponsor the event so that we can have discussion as men and deal with this thing. And you are saying no sponsorship. Ante, put your money where your mouth is, Buffett. Thank you, Martinia. Sponsor with sound and lights. Seal up.
This is exactly why we actually need this. You see, for that reason, Nje, this is exactly why we need this. They're like, no, monna lona, wait till lona le tlhoka eng le eng. But then we're like, okay, Shab, like, please help me. But yo, when a sponsor. You, you
You
see?
see, at least this Ntombi will sponsor an Oros. We really appreciate that one. Thank you,
Exactly.
please.
That one. Thank you very much, Sis Tombi. Exactly my point, G.
Yeah. So guys, let's do better. Majita, let's do better. Women, let's also do better where we need to play. And we really need to reevaluate where we want to be as a society, as people, type of marriages we want to see. We really need to build. Talk to your friend, talk to your sister, talk to the next person who's willing to hear you and say, you know, some of the good advice that came out of this live. Share. I really also want to appreciate everyone who has shared. 13 shares is big. Because I don't know why what's about share this live, but will keep all the goodness to yourself. Thank you for everyone who has shared the live. Share this one, send the link. We're going to upload it on YouTube. Send the link to someone so that they can get a little bit of the nuggets that have been shared on these lives, so that we can build a lot more and do better in our lives. Yes, Ndata Leroy. Okay, Kharela, I think now I'm only left with 2 minutes. Let's go,
No,
son.
it's fine. Like, just a friendly reminder, guys. Like, this is gonna be more YouTube now, so like, no, the cut, the lore, hey, and like, keep me anonymous, kai. So please, just remember that this is gonna be on YouTube by tonight, 9 p.m. So yeah.
Zezo. Precious Ari, do comments show on YouTube? The comments of the live don't show. It's just gonna be me, unfortunately. I don't know why. It's only just gonna show me and just voices of people speaking. It doesn't even show who's speaking. So it's protecting the participants. Bonang level precious level yellow the gap. Haraki safe space, guys. Safe space. So you know you're protected in that regard. So thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Thank you for participating. Thank you for being frank. Thank you for being open. Thank you for Guys, you guys are just great vibes, man. Great vibes. When you're called in to help, you help. When you're called in to advise, when you're called in to laugh, you laugh. We really, really appreciate keeping things calm. We always say that we don't want to be one of the channels tse re di bonang mo TikTok where ke bo yep the whole time, so we appreciate how cordial you guys are. Thank you for everyone who has followed us and joined us today. We are Makoya Rundown. We are here 20 past 10 every single Monday to Friday, and we are engaging about things that can build us. On Talk to Me Ntwana, first segment we listen to Ask a Man. We weigh in on the situation, and that is the case. So yeah, Leroy Otini, guys, wait, who's going to can you speak, sir?
Who's going to block Lao on the Pretoria people? Because I'm thinking of going there, but then like I'm not sure. But so now I like really just want to see who's around and who I can hang out with. Actually,
So Gibao, those who would like to meet Leroy in person, he has sent out an invitation. Do the right thing, Mari. He always wants you to buy the shot, even though he's inviting you.
come on, man. Come on, man. Like it's a new year, dog. Come on, man.
Oh, it's a new year. Oh, my apologies.
I
Since
mean,
I
new year, you meet my dog.
2023. So,
Exactly.
all right, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. We really appreciate you coming through. Babayini Kaizini.